Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. We're going to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show for today. All right, we got Ninos with us. Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-hosts. James Clark, Jovan Burts, Brian Bitler, and Goran Kucar is with us tonight. And this is how they're going to line up on the show. Ninos, Clark, Burts, Bitler, Ruffolo, Clark, and then Ninos, Ruffolo, and Kucar. And then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, so far, how did the mornings go for you? You're on mute.
Well, there we go. See, that's basically a microcosm of how my day's gone so far. I know we had that Eastern Central Michigan over that didn't, but we did get Kentucky on the hardwood, and we unfortunately had Elon and Hofstra get postponed. But how was yours?
Well, no, I just had the action there with that over on that Central Michigan and Washington State game. Both teams had a tough half, one good half, one bad half on both sides. That's not going to cut it. Another bad look for the Pac-12 in the bowl game. We have an interesting one here with Alabama and Cincinnati. Cincinnati just living on the field goals. That's not going to get the job done. We'll see if they can cover here, as this game will continue through our show. And, of course, I don't know if you caught the really good NBA game tonight between the Bulls and the Pacers, with DeRozan a three-pointer at the buzzer to walk it off.
On a three-pointer to walk it off on the wrong foot on a runner. I mean, that's just sort of the way that the season's been going for the Chicago Bulls. But they just keep on rolling. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do I believe they're on a back-to-back tomorrow. Yeah,
back-to-back. We'll see how that rolls here. They've been a hot team right now. Of course, Happy New Year to everyone. We're getting contributions from the chat room. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Let's go ahead and let's get the show started. And to do so, we're going to go over to the Skype world, and welcome El Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. El, what's happening?
Just hanging out in the Skype world. How are you doing?
Good, doing good. All right, here we go. At 8 Eastern Time, Thunder here to host the Knicks. The Knicks favorite on the road of 5-207 the total.
Yeah, they are. I mean, coming in here, they've been playing some pretty good basketball lately. No Randall coming into this one, so that's a tough blow for them. But I still think they should be able to handle the Thunder team that's looked like definitely one of the worst, if not the worst, team in the league. Especially with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander questionable for this one. If he doesn't play, well, this line's obviously going to move some more. So I would put the bet in now, because either way, I think whether he plays or not, the Knicks should be able to cover this 5 right here. So yeah, give me Kemba Walker and the rest of the gang to get the job done without Randall here on the road. All
right, El Ninos likes the Knicks laying the 5 here against the OKC Thunder, and the Knicks. No Rose, no Randall here. Fournier was questionable with an ankle here, but several reserves out. As you said, the big one here is Gilgeous-Alexander is the one here you got to keep an eye on. Let me hear a refresh here if we have any news here on his status, and it may just remain the same here, as we just have a questionable status here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, leading scorer here for the Thunder. He's dealing with an ankle issue. He missed the game Wednesday. It was right ankle soreness, so you would think with the soreness that maybe he'd come back, but still no late word here with the game beginning here in about 2 hours. Still no word on his status.
I think if we had a couple cappers take a pass tonight, he might take a pass on the game too and start partying early. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Well, as I said, whether he plays or not, the Knicks should be able to handle this team and cover this little spreads for us. So
don't worry.
I'm not too worried about him. And as I said, I'd get the bet in now before. If he's active, yeah, I'll probably drop it back to 4.5 or maybe 4. But I'd rather get in now rather than have it go to 6 or worse. So I'm good with the Knicks at -5 right now.
Yeah, that's just a big move, because it was a bigger number here, 7.5, and then it's come down a little bit here. But no worries here with the Thunder's ability to cover 6 of their past 8.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty well lately. Certainly much better than the Thunder have. So in this matchup, give me the Knicks. Randall's obviously not playing, so I'm not going to say whether he plays or not. But even with him out of the lineup, as you said, Rose, a couple other guys out of the lineup as well. But said Kemba Walker, I think, still has more than enough help. Fournier is the biggest question mark right now, I guess. But again, whether he plays or not, I think the Knicks get the job done.
All right, Al here on the Knicks Lane 5 against the Thunder. And this one will have a start time of 8 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fine work. 1,100 units of profit NBA. That's full documented there at the site. Of course, tonight we've got a good card here from the NBA in primetime. 7 games from the NBA. We got a couple NHL. That Georgia-Michigan game, college football playoff. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got to play on that bowl game, and I got my 3-pack with my best NBA and NHL bets tonight. If you want to check that out, or grab a long-term pass for the new year, or pair me up with your favorite cap for your best deal.
That's right, guys. Got to board with Ninos. You see the numbers: 1,100 units of profit in the NBA. Also showing profit here the past 30 days, the past 7 days is Al Ninos, as well as the NHL. And as Al said, he has a 3-pack. He's giving you his best bet tonight from college football, NBA, and NHL. And when he calls his clutch alphabets right here, you know that there's going to be play for that Michigan and Georgia game. So get on board. Only $40, affordable pricing. And you can also go long-term with Al. You know, that 3-day All Sports Pass is a really good value right now if you pick it up tonight, because you'll get all of Al's plays here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That covers you here for the bowl games here through January 1st. Of course, they get you through NFL here, Week 15, that 15-game card on Sunday, guys. They're going to play 15 games on Sunday, so that 3-day pass right now is your best value, as well as the rest of Al's plays here from the NBA, NHL. Tomorrow's a big hoops day from college basketball, so a good time to get that 3-day All Sports Pass from Al Ninos. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue the success. We'll talk with you here on Monday, and Happy New Year to you. I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Tony, and should be on tomorrow morning and Sunday as well, so check that out, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll see you guys on the drive-thru on Monday.
See you on drive-thru Monday. Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here with our coverage here, joined by Chris is back, returning here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our man, James Clark. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does fine work up there, so let's go ahead and bring him in right now. Have a really good college football season today. Let's go ahead and welcome James Clark in. We got him ready to go. James, what's happening?
Not much, guys. How y'all tonight?
Doing great, doing great. All right, here's your game for tonight. We're going to the NBA late night action, bringing in the New Year's in the Eastern and Central time zone. Not yet quite when it's over in the West. Lakers to host the Trailblazers here, with the Lakers 5.5-point favorites, total 227.5.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams, who's the biggest disappointment this year besides the Lakers is the Trailblazers. The way the Trailblazers have been playing, guys, this season, even when they have been healthy, they've been losing to every team in the league. Lakers, what they've been doing, disappointment. But, I like the Lakers tonight. We've went against the Lakers so many times this season. And when we have won against them, we've won. But tonight, I really like the Lakers to cover this 5.5-point spread against this Trailblazers team. It's not too good of a team. Even like I said, when they're healthy, they ain't been playing good. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. I know the Lakers are 4-6 in their last 10 games, but they're looking to get back-to-back wins. And I like for the Lakers to cover this point spread here and win by 7 or more points, guys.
All right, James here on the Lakers laying 5.5 against Portland. All right, Chris, looking at this Laker team. It's been mess here without Davis in the lineup. I mean, they finished the road trip. They looked like they had that game ahead against Memphis, and of course, that we've seen so many times, that fourth quarter collapse by the Lakers, a fall there 5 to Memphis, sitting 28th in offensive efficiency in their past 7 games. In net rating here of minus 10.3, kind of dangerous here when you're sitting with a net rating there in the negative double digits to late points, but even at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to be sticking with the Blazers only because I gave it out in our NBA video earlier yesterday, so I don't want to hear it from the comment section. But that's the only reason why I'm sticking with the Blazers. Other than that, it's really probably a stay-away spot for me because, Tony, like you said, the Lakers have just been underperforming. And when I was on the morning show, there was always a danger zone with the Lakers laying points. It was between like 10 and 13 points. But now we're starting to see that danger zone get wider. And it's hard sometimes to lay points with the Lakers. But I could also see James's point where the Blazers have been disappointing this year and they haven't been able to play much defense. So, like I said, I'm leaning towards Portland, and the points are probably a stay-away spot for me.
All right, look at stay away there. We got James on Lakers. Any last word here, James, on this Laker team?
This Laker team eventually, I know AD's out, but they're eventually going to have to turn it around if they're going to want to make the playoffs and start playing good basketball. I know it's still early in the season, and they better turn around now, or they might end up being in a playoff play-in game and get beaten. They're out. So I look for them to turn around, and against this Portland team, like I said, they ain't been playing good. 2-8 last 10 games. I look for Lakers to cover this number pretty easy.
Yeah, and of course, no McCollum, no Covington, no Nurkic, plus several reserves out for Portland here. James on the Lakers, 5.5 against Portland. This one will have a start time of 10:30 Eastern time. This is your TV game on NBA TV. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work this college football season. We got a big day tomorrow. It's the January 1st, 5 big bowl games headed by the Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl tomorrow. All right, James, what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Guys, I got a 3-pack going on right now. It's got the college football game in it and 2 NBA plays that I really love. You know, if you go look, guys, on the site, you know, I'm 7-3 in my last 10 college picks. Yesterday we started off slow, losing the first 2 games, but ended up winning 4 out of my last 5 games at night. You know, we're 1-1 today, but I love the college football game tonight, guys. I got that as a single play if you want it. I really love that game. Or like I said, get the 3-pack and upgrade to 7 or 30 days when we go 3-0 tonight. Like I say every time on my show, and every time I'm on the show, guys, you'll see it here. You know, we got the best cappers in the world, and look when they come. Look at the numbers they've been putting up. So team me up with any of those, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right. I got money in your pockets from James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium, cycling 1 year at Pick Dogs Premium as he won that contest last December. What a great year it's been for James Clark, finishing number 2 in NBA last season. This year showing profit, great profit this year in college football, profit again in the NBA. Profit here the past 30 days, the past 7 days, yesterday coming with a big day. James Clark right now has a 3-pack going on over at Pick Dogs Premium. It's late night college basketball and college football winners for you. 2 NBA, 1 college football for 1 low price, $40. Get on board with that. Or why don't you get your long-term pass? Get that 3-day sports pass with James. You want to lock into his bowl coverage. So tomorrow's a big day for the Bulls. 5 big bowl games: Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and those Florida Bulls early in the morning. You want to get on board there with James Clark with that. Also, it will include Week 17 NFL. There are 15 games in the NFL. That 3-pack gets you that 15-game card on Sunday. So a good time to get on board with James with that. Also, there's a big hoops card tomorrow, big conference play tomorrow here on January 1st. And, of course, the January 2nd games from college hoops. 3-day all sports pass over at Pick Dogs. Get on board with James Clark. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you on Drive-Thru on Monday. And, of course, you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, guys, check me out tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow and Sunday, guys, on the weekend show. Check out all the cappers. Like I said a while ago, you see the numbers everybody's been putting up from top to bottom. Like I said, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do. So check all of us out tomorrow. Happy New Year's to everybody. Good luck. Let's cash some tickets, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. James Clark here. So we're on the weekend show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Tune in for James. You want to get one of those bowl picks that they'll give out. There's 5 big bowls tomorrow. James, good night. James Clark here on the Drive-Thru, and Happy New Year. Let's continue on with the coverage here. Joined by Chris. A reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Of course, free picks every single day. It all gets started with the morning show. Now with Mitch, Monday through Fridays, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's also 10 a.m. during the weekends. The weekends are big shows because a lot of the cappers from the Drive-Thru guest, and it's just like this. It's kind of a format like ours here in the Drive-Thru where they just come in and out, in and out. And so some of those shows are 2 hours. I mean, you're getting picks constantly for the weekends. We got huge cards tomorrow, a lot of college hoops on the card, a lot of those big bowl games, Chris. And of course, we always ask for people's help. Those likes, those thumbs up help us out.
Absolutely, Tony. They do. At the end of the day, that's why YouTube takes it most seriously, is the support of your followers, and that's what we've got here. Because without the Pick Dogs family, there is no Pick Dogs. Like I always say, we would just be sitting here talking to ourselves about these games. So we appreciate all you guys' love and support. Here's to a bigger and better 2022, and to show you guys how much we appreciate the love and support, I've got a big life goal for tonight to end the year with a bang. 175 likes, you'll get my premium pick for tonight's Michigan-Georgia Bowl college football playoff matchup.
There you go. That's big. That's big, guys. So let's get to 175. Chris Ruffolo's premium pick from the Michigan and Georgia game. Get on board. Let's get those thumbs up going. About 35 right now, Chris?
Yeah, it's a small crowd right now, so we still got lots of time. But guys, don't wait. Get those likes in now, because the sooner you get them in, the less work we have to do later on. So get those likes in. We're at 42 right now.
42 right now. All right, let's continue with those thumbs up. Let's continue on the drive through. Another heavy hitter in college football this year is Jovan Burts at the top of the leaderboards. Jovan, what's going on? You got you on mute, Jovan. You're muted.
Yeah, so just waiting for this year to end so we can kick off another year, get this money.
That's right. 1 year cycling, 1 year like James here. A lot of the Handicappers that came in after last year's contest been very successful here on the shows as well as up on the leaderboards. And tonight we're going to be looking at an NBA game here. The Raptors will host the Clippers. The Raptors up to 7-point favorites, total 210.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the under in this one. Focusing on the Clippers. Now, they're not having the best year, but on the defensive end, they do what they do. They're one of the best defensive teams, basically across the board. Fourth in points allowed. They give up 44.1% from the field, and they're fourth in defensive efficiency. One of the things I like to look at when I'm dealing with totals and over-unders is at least for the NBA is the breakdown of how many points they allow in individual quarters. Now, when it counts, it looks like the Clippers, when in the fourth quarter, they get after it. They're fourth in that category in the fourth quarter of points allowed. And for the Raptors part, in the first quarter, they get after it as well as far as allowing points. They're fifth in that category in the first quarter, and they're also one of the slower teams as far as pace of play. They're about 25th. So I just think that the way this game is going to match up, with I believe the Raptors playing last night, they might be on heavy legs, and I think it's going to stay under this total, especially with the way the Clippers playing and how they don't have their main piece, Paul George, on the court.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we're going here with the Clippers Toronto under 210 from Jovan Burts. All right, Chris, looking at the Toronto team this year and dear, your home base team there, Chris, in Toronto. We're seeing a lot of the Raptors coming back here. Van Fleet, Anunoby, Martins, and Burch. That might help them next game. I don't know if it's going to help them too much this game because of the long layoff.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how much it's going to help, but I'm going to say this with Jovan. I do like the under as well. I think this is the first to 100, 105 if we even get to that point, because Toronto's been defense first all year long, whether it's by choice or not. And, LA, without Paul George in the lineup, they've had to rely on defense. So I think this is just a spot where you get two teams. This is going to be a physical mess. It's going to look like a 1990s style of basketball game where there's going to be a lot of fouls, a lot of physical play. But 210, I don't even think we're going to get to that point.
Yeah, you look at the Clippers here. They've lost 5 of 7 in that 7-game period, 29th in offensive efficiency, 103 points per 100 possessions. They have to focus on defense. They're not getting the offense. Clippers Toronto under 210. Now, this one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where Jovan Burts has been on fire here. College football, 1,209 units of profit for Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium. I know we got a big game tonight in prime time, a playoff game between Michigan and Georgia. Tomorrow, lots of bowls on the card tomorrow, 5 of them. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had a 3-pack go off the board, so I'm gonna repurpose a couple things in the next as soon as I'm gonna get off here. And it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books with my Take Flight Friday 3-pack. It'll be the second college football playoff game. We'll have that, and we'll have 2 NBA plays to make it a 3-pack. So you can check me out on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, yearly, or match me on one of the other cappers for the 2-for-1 cappers promotional. It's all here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's end this year off right. Let's get it.
Let's hit it, guys, with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 1,209 units of profit, fully documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Go visit Jovan's profile page at Pick Dogs. You go scroll to the bottom, it says Pick History. There you'll see every play that he's made since his time here at Pick Dogs, and it all adds up here. 1,209 units of profit in college football when you visit his page. Right now it's a good time to get that 3-day all sports pass. You get all of Jovan's plays for the next 3 days, including his plays he has up for tonight, the big bowl card tomorrow, and again, as we said, there are 15 games on Sunday NFL as well. I haven't even mentioned the college basketball card tomorrow. We got conference action beginning here. Jovan and I were talking about that earlier in the week. We get the Saturdays when it's going to start launching here. We got the college basketball launch tomorrow, as we got a lot of action in there. NBA as well. 3-day all sports pass, your best value. Then on Monday, you can reevaluate and go over a longer-term pass with Jovan Burts there at Pick Dogs. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. Happy New Year. But we got you still for the recap at the end of the show.
Absolutely. I'll be here.
All right, Jovan Burts here on the drive. Let's continue on here with the coverage. Joined by Chris. Chris, where do we sit with this aggressive light goal?
Jeez, aggressive. Make it sound like it's out of reach, Tony. No, I'm kidding. We're at 58 likes. Got 125 people watching, guys. We need 175 for that premium pick for the bowl game, for the national playoff game tonight between Georgia and Michigan. But don't wait. Get those likes in now, because we start to pick up steam over the course of the show. And then once we get that steam going, you guys are gonna pick up those likes quickly. So get them in now. The sooner we get them, the sooner we get you that play.
That's right. We got another heavy hitter coming on here from the Philly scene. It's Brian Bitler. I know he's got his Philly crew out there that'll help us get to that light goal. Tuning in right now because he promotes his segment here every day when he's on the morning show. Brian, what's going on?
Talk about picking up steam. I had a rough week, but then yesterday a winning day, and now I won my first 2 premium plays. So I'm hoping I'm out of that bad streak, and I'm picking up steam headed into the weekend. Love today's card. Love tomorrow's cards. Should be a fun weekend for sure.
Should be, absolutely. All right, here we go. An attractive matchup here from the NHL tonight, 7 Eastern time. Lightning to host the Rangers. Lightning about $1.08, total 6.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a dog day today, and the NHL Devils did me right now. Now, with my second game, I'm going to take a look at the New York Rangers here. We get an opportunity for us with the Rangers on the plus money here. They come in with 2 straight losses, but they were losses to quality teams, losing to the Panthers and the Golden Knights. A big revenge spot here for the New York Rangers. They lost huge 9-3 to this Tampa Bay Lightning team last month. Also, back-to-back spot for the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Give me the New York Rangers plus money. Take this one against Tampa Bay.
All right. Actually, there's been a lot of movement in this line. You can find 102 on the Rangers. Chris, what's going on here with this line? We saw a huge line move here in this one. You got mute.
Sorry, I didn't want to hack up a lung when Brian was talking.
You need to add a shocker, Tony. When he's muted and he's not, you got to hit that shock button.
I know.
Please, you kidding? I'd get electrocuted. I'd sit here with my hair on end. But no, I think it's a possible overreaction or a reaction to Tampa Bay getting peppered by Florida on Thursday night, 9-3. It's not often that you see that from the Tampa Bay Lightning, but I think it also could be the goaltending situation in Tampa Bay. I haven't seen who's starting tonight, but it's been Maxime Legacy for the Lightning last night. He got absolutely taken to the woodshed, and with the way that the Rangers play really, really well on the road this season, outright win here for the Rangers wouldn't shock me as well. And I think that's why we've seen so much line movement in this one.
Yeah, this one a back-to-back here for Tampa Bay. They gave up 4 to Montreal, which was a high number. They didn't cover the puck line as 280 favorites against Montreal. Get pounded at Florida, then a back-to-back here against the Rangers. This game opened with the Rangers plus 135, moving all the way to minus 108 in some spots, and I've seen them favored in some spots now. So this is a big reaction here based on those 2 games.
This morning it was plus 120, 125 when I was entering it in on my sheet and betting, and I was thinking that's not a bad line for playing against a team that's on a back-to-back spot, and also revenge in mind here for the Rangers, and they're not a bad road team. So, still you're not laying any juice or barely any juice with the Rangers here. I think it's a good solid play.
All right, solid play here. Rangers minus 102 against Tampa. This one will have a start time of 7 p.m. Eastern time. NHL Center Ice package. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Spring, where Brian's showing great performance this year in college hoops. Matter of fact, college hoops launches a lot of conference games tomorrow. Of course, we got the big bowls as well tomorrow. Rose and Sugar Bowl. Highlight the bowl coverage for tomorrow. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, I think I'm just about to take off, get really hot. But tonight, my biggest college football bet of the year, my college football bowl game of the year for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks. Last year, it was Notre Dame Fighting Irish covering against Alabama. It might have been exactly a year to the day. But anyway, you can get my best play in college football that I've had all year long. Bowl game of the year, $30, pickdogs.com premium picks.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. Seed numbers 405 units of profit over in college hoops. Coming off a really monster day yesterday. Brian showing profit also in the NBA. So a good time to get on board with Brian. He's got his plays for you up there. It's College Football Bowl Game of the Year tonight, going for $30. Or if you prefer, why not go ahead and get that 3-day all sports pass from Brian? You know, we're on to the weekend action right now. That will lock you up for his big bowl games for tonight and for tomorrow. 15 games from the NFL on Sunday. It's a big card from the NFL here. No bye weeks, but they're playing everything on Sunday. 15 games Sunday, 1 on Monday. So go with that. Of course, all the hoops action and hockey from Brian Bitler for 3 days. Of course, on Monday you can re-up as well with that. And as a matter of fact, if you had a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Brian, it's always great having you show, but I always wanted to mention you're part of the morning crew, and I know Mitch joins you guys with that really great value there on YouTube with a YouTube VIP member.
YouTube Premium VIP, it gets better and better as we go on here. You get one premium a day from me, Mitch, Rod, and Joe, plus plays we would add if we could add a premium at 4 or 5 o'clock at nighttime. So it's definitely a value you want to check out. Click that link below, pick up YouTube Premium and VIP. Definitely
follow that link below and get it from Brian Bitler. All right, Brian, it's always great having your show. We'll talk to you. I know you bookend the shows here on the drive-through Monday and Fridays, but I know you're a part of that weekend show as well, 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, are we going to say Ruffolo? Are you on tomorrow? I haven't checked the roster yet. No partying tonight from Ruffolo. He's got to be up tomorrow. Right?
I'm gonna hopefully make it. I've been dealing with a bit of a bug, so we'll see if we can get out there.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, it should be a great day tomorrow. I love the weekend show. I get to touch base with everybody. Definitely a good time.
Good time. All right, Bob. We'll tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Happy New Year to you, and we'll talk to you Monday.
Happy New Year.
Brian Bitler here on the drive to. Let's continue our coverage with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with the likes?
I'm telling you, we still got some work to do. I mean, they're slowly coming in. We're at 73. Yeah, we do. We're at 73 likes. We got 128 people watching. So still got a bit of work to do to get those likes coming in. But it's been done before. So keep those likes coming in. 175 will get you that college football playoff pick for tonight. The premium pick of mine from Georgia and Michigan.
That's right, guys. Get his premium play, Georgia and Michigan. Let's continue on. Now it's time for Chris, front and center. Right, he's up next. And he's going to be looking at this Jazz T-Wolves game. Jazz laying the 12.5, total 222, 9 p.m. each time, NBA League Pass channel. But you'll be looking at this game a different way.
That I will be. You know, this was originally, I was leaning towards the Jazz in this one. I won't lie to you guys because, you know, I see all the injury news and illness news that's coming out. But apparently Anthony Edwards might be coming back for this one for the Minnesota Timberwolves. There were rumors that he might be clearing protocols and that he would be available for this game. So that kind of scared me off of the Jazz because the Jazz haven't been that great at covering the number lately. But one thing I did look at was a player prop. And tonight I'm going to be taking Rudy Gobert to grab 20-plus rebounds at plus 300. Now, he has been on an absolute tear as of late, you know, just grabbing rebounds left and right. He's averaging 15.4 rebounds over his last 14 games. He's pulled down 16 or more 7 times over that 14-game stretch. He grabbed 17 against the Wolves in their last matchup back on the 23rd. And he's also had 2 21 rebound games and a 19 rebound game over that stretch. And the biggest thing for me tonight, no Karl Anthony Towns. He was placed in COVID protocols. So there's no real, for me, fearsome interior presence that's really going to be giving Gobert much of an issue. Like I said, I could see a 20-20 game tonight from Gobert. If you guys can put that in as a prop as well, I would strongly recommend doing that, or at least, you know, a 15-20 game or a 10-20, whatever, or a double-double with 20-plus rebounds. Either way, 20 rebounds for Rudy Gobert tonight, plus 300. I think that is fantastic value.
All right, so Chris is going here with the play on Rudy Gobert to grab 20-plus rebounds at plus 300. All right, not hard to argue here with no Towns in the middle, and we know how well the Jazz with their size down low. Of course, the defense hasn't been the greatest here over this stretch. Probably that's one of the reasons why it keeps you off these big numbers here with Utah, because defensively have not performed at an elite level.
No, they haven't, but we also got to remember that Utah's still one of the best home teams in the NBA, and they make life difficult for opposing teams regardless of, you know, who's coming into town. And like I said, the Timberwolves have just been ravaged by injuries lately, and you start to wonder how much of a toll it's going to take on the whole team. Yes, you know, Anthony Edwards getting back in the lineup is going to be a big deal. And, you know, with him being back in the lineup and being one of their best players, I expect him to take his fair share of shots. But I think there's also going to be a little bit of rust from having not seen the floor in some time. A lot of maybe missed shots could lead to some cleaned up rebounds for Gobert.
All right, Chris on Rudy Gobert to grab 20-plus rebounds, plus 300 with his player prop. That's always an option here on the show. We should like to see when more of the Cappers take advantage of that. And, of course, this game will have a start time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where you're performing well here over the past 30 days. 601 units of profit. We got college football on the board. We got NBA, 7 in prime time. A couple of hockey. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight it's Friday. It's New Year's. We're going out with a bang. I got my Fast Break Friday NBA 3-pack, 3 plays on the board that I absolutely love. But guys, check out the long-term passes. We always talk about them. 3 days, 7 day, 30 day, all the way up to a year. You can see up there, this is the 30 days. You bought a monthly pass. You're thriving pretty well right now. You've already got your Christmas presents paid for, and we're going to be doing it. We're starting it over in 2022, and we're just going to get bigger and better as we go along. Whether that's just with me or someone else is part of the 2-for-1 Capper deal, all the sports are starting to blend together right now. So this is where you get your best value. NBA, NHL, college football bowls. We're coming to the end of bowl season, but still, these are the ones that get some of the most action. NFL playoffs, college basketball. It's the best time of the year to take advantage of the long-term passes. So check them out over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium, showing really good profit this year in the NFL, showing profit here in the past 30 days, 600 units of profit. Also profit past 7 days, past 24 hours. His NBA Fast Break Friday 3-pack is on the board right now for you. Get on board with Chris over at Pick Dogs Premium with that 3-pack. Of course, if you like, we were talking about that 3-day all sports pass. We got a big bowl game, a lot of 5 bowl games tomorrow. We got that 15-game NFL card on Sunday. Lots of college hoops tomorrow. We know Chris, number 2 on college hoops last year, did fantastic work. He's got his UNLV. Maybe he's tipping off something for tomorrow. We don't know. But anyway, get on board. No, he's not. Maybe he wants to go against him. Maybe he's on fade.
No, I'm not touching that game. I'm not touching that game with your money, Tony.
All right. But anyway, I call it the launch of college basketball when all these conferences are in action. It's a monster card tomorrow. So guys, get on board with that 3-day all sports pass. It also bleeds into, that college basketball also bleeds into Sunday now. You got some games up there as well. So get on board with that 3-day all sports pass. Your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can also have a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Chris, continue on with the coverage. In these days when we have streaming TVs, I've got 6 TVs up here. A lot of the bettors out there have multiple TVs. College basketball's got to be on your radar. There's no excuse that it isn't,
Oh yeah, no. I think you can always say that there's so many options out there, but realistically, like look at how many options that I'm not trying to drop letters here, but if you ESPN Plus, we always talk about the ESPN Plus package and stuff like that. How many out of market games you get with something like that? You're able to find Kentucky Duke on one channel, and the next channel you'll get High Point American. It's like it's a plethora of options, and really, there's so many options on the weekend that it's a sports bettor, a sports fan's dream. I'm with you. This is the time of the year that I think I'm hoping I can speak for you as well, that we all really live for.
Oh, we definitely live for it, no doubt about that. And also, I don't know if you caught that UC San Diego and UC Santa Barbara game last night. I don't know if you caught it. I did. It was that miracle 3 to put it in the overtime, and UC San Diego took the cover as a cover in overtime. One of the greater games last night. Went down to the wire, corner 3 with 0.4 seconds remaining. Incredible inbound pass, and they executed it. So there's some good hoops action out there, guys. So check it out. All right, let's continue on. Before we do, Chris, where do we sit with the light goals?
Well, before we get to the light goal, I will say I was busy watching that Missouri-South Carolina women's game last night. Missouri, the program's first victory over a number 1 AP ranked team, and it was a layup with 1/10 of a second left. It was a pretty good game to watch. But either way, 94 likes, got 147 people watching right now. Guys, that's not to say the 147 people watching right now, 4 of them have hit the like button. Some people may have left. So keep those likes coming in. We still got a little bit of time to get you that premium pick. 175 will get you the premium from the Georgia and Michigan game later tonight.
It's a top shelf pick, so we need the results, guys. 175 likes. Let's keep them coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-through. Now we're going to talk some EPL with our buddy Goran. You find him every day over at Pick Dog's YouTube channel with the show with Ashley. How you doing, Goran?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you guys again. It's been a couple of weeks now.
It sure has. Yeah, you're a big star now. So, we don't get you as much. So we're very fortunate to have you on our show today. So we'll look at this.
I might be big, but I'm not star yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right.
My wine.
I saw this 4:30 a.m. stuff. I don't know. That's an early start tomorrow. Manchester City and Arsenal here, but hey, you guys, I know people are passionate for this sport. They get up and they'll watch it. We got Arsenal and Manchester City. Manchester City favorite, total of 3.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of games happening this past week because a lot of them was postponed because of COVID and stuff. But we have only 3 games for tomorrow in the EPL, and I think that's it in general. But I think this is going to be a fantastic game, Arsenal and Manchester City. And if you told me a couple of months ago that Arsenal is going to be in the top 4 in the EPL, I'll probably laugh you kind of in your face and I don't know what else. But they have found their groove. They're playing well. They're scoring a lot of goals. I think they have scored 19 goals in their last 5 games or something like that. They have kept 5 clean sheets at home of the last 6 home games. So they're looking really well. But at the moment, they do have a few injuries and a few COVID cases as well. So I think that's going to be a huge blow for them in this game. And when you have Manchester City on the other side, the best offensive and defensive team in the league, the team that's at the top of the table right now, and I'm going to say they are probably going to win the title this year in the EPL. I mean, they're a hard team to play against, right? And I think we're going to see goals in this one. It's going to be an exciting matchup. Arsenal might score in this game. They're the home team after all, so I think they will do everything they can to get on the scoreboard. But I think Manchester City will get the win here, and I think they will score at least 3 goals in this game, if you ask me. I'm going to take Manchester City team totals over 2.5 in this one for plus 162.
Nice return here, Chris, here on Manchester City here to score over 2.5 at plus 162.
Yeah, I think Manchester City will put their best foot forward, considering that Liverpool dropped points at Leicester earlier in the week. I think it makes the need and want for points to really create distance that much bigger for Manchester City. So I'm with Goran here. I like the Manchester City team total over 2.5, but I'm also taking City to win and over 3.5 goals total combined. I think it's plus 200. I think that's some great value here because I just see Arsenal getting the boots put to them here.
All right, agreement here. Manchester City to score over 2.5 goals, plus 162 against Arsenal. Your action from the EPL on Saturday. All right, Goran, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, big weekend of action as we hit the new year. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium for this weekend?
Yeah, like I said, for tomorrow we have only 3 EPL games, and I already have a 3-pack for tomorrow up on the Pick Dogs Premium section. But we'll get a little bit more of an action on Sunday, guys, when we get La Liga back. As of right now, it's still scheduled, but there have been a lot of cases in a lot of teams, a lot of COVID cases in Spain. So I would assume that a few of those games will be postponed, but I guess we'll see more tomorrow. But as of right now, I already have a 3-pack for tomorrow, guys, and those are some high-value picks that I have for you.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Goran Kucar over at Pick Dog Premium. He's got 3 winners from the EPL slate going here for this weekend. Get on board with that. Or you can also go long-term with Goran. This is a great value up here. Goran's soccer pass for 6 months, $205.99. That's a great value there. The good thing about how much action there's going to be as we get into July 1st. I mean, you've got a lot of World Cup qualifiers. There's still some qualifiers out there, right? We got some playoffs still.
Yeah, we still have some World Cup qualifier playoffs, and with all these games being postponed, the season might actually stretch a while longer, so it's probably going to be even more than 6 months left. But yeah, there's a ton of games coming up, guys, in every league, and we have some national teams as well. So South America, North America qualifications, whatever you can think of, there's a lot of that coming up.
That's right. And of course, the African nations, those games, I always used to watch those games on BN. They just seem to be really exciting, right?
Yeah, that starts I think in a few weeks. And pretty much every African star in the EPL will be playing for the country. So I don't think there will be any lack of quality and good soccer.
No, I've watched some of those games because it's one of the first earlier qualifiers in big tournaments before the World Cup. It's always one of the first ones. I always get a kick watching those teams play. All right, get on board, guys, with Goran. His 6 months past, only $205.99. All his premium plays over at Pick Dogs Premium. Take you about to July 1st. And then, of course, by then, why not renew it? Because you just can't beat the value there, right? All right, Goran, as always, great having you show. I know you do a lot of work now, man. Your workload is heavy. You do an everyday soccer show with Ashley. You also do soccer videos. You contribute with content on Sports Chat.
Yeah, you know what they say. If you do what you love, it's not considered a work. So that's exactly what this is. We do a ton of videos, guys, every day. There's a lot of articles on Sports Chat Place as well. I think we have 4 or 5 videos coming up tonight for the EPL and some La Liga matchups as well, and live shows daily. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys, Eastern, and we have a few games to talk about.
That's right, guys. So tune in tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Goran and Ashley break it down. They're there every day on the site. You can go back there and watch some of the replays of the shows. They get a lot of views. It's building up the popularity here over at Pick Dog, one of our newest shows there. All right, Goran, continue your success. Good luck to you, and we'll talk with you next week.
Happy New Year, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Happy New Year to you as well. Goran Kucar here on the drive-through. A busy man now over at Pick Dogs, Chris.
One of the hardest working guys I think I've worked with over at Sports Chat, man. Goran does a ton of work, and the thing is, those soccer articles, I can tell you from experience, are a lot of work putting in to the website to be uploaded. So
yes,
definitely some hard work being put in there.
Yeah, they certainly are, because some of those line feeds are kind of funky the way they operate today. You got to pretty much write them in, do a manual entry, so it could be a lot of work there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Okay, Chris, where do we sit with our like goal? You put a lot of plate on the bar today, man.
I did, and maybe I bit off more than I could chew, which is not the first time I've done that. But we're at 116 likes. We still need 61 more. We're maybe we have to run the Princeton offense. I don't even know if we can do with that. But I've still got hope. We still got hope, and here we go, guys. And I don't know if this pick might hurt the hope because we're duplicating what you're giving out. I might have put a dent in this one here, Chris. Well, I don't know. You knew what I had. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. And, of course, I will not get any comment from Chris on this one because we know this is a premium of his. But I can give out the total.
Oh, you can give out the total on this one. All right, here we go. 7:30 Eastern time, playoff game number 2. Georgia to face Michigan. Georgia, a 7.5-point favorite, total of 46. And I'm going to take the dog here with Michigan at plus the 7.5. And, there's one thing with this Michigan team is, you know what? Their strength is that offensive and defensive line. Look at the way they plowed Ohio State's defensive line. Look how they plowed Iowa's line. I mean, what was more impressive, not just their win against Ohio State, but the next week, there was no mental letdown. They just pounded Iowa 42-3. Iowa's not they're not a bottom rung team. They're a decent team. I know their offense sucks, but man, you put 42 points on this defensive minded team. I thought that was impressive. You look at their past 3 games, their offense got going, 483 yards, 6 yards at carry on the ground. Georgia was sliced up by Alabama in the SEC title game, but Cade McNamara, 8 yards per pass attempt, committed only 4 interceptions. We saw the offensive production they did on Ohio State and Iowa to close the season. I thought that was impressive. I'm going to take Michigan here at plus the 7.5, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, I am looking at the total in this one, and I like the over here. I think that there was something that was really pointed out by Alabama in that SEC title game that maybe Michigan can take advantage of if you're looking at the points. And if you're looking at Georgia, well, we all know what this Georgia team is capable of offensively. And the thing is that, Michigan, to their credit, they're getting, I believe, Dax Hill back to help that secondary. And he was a big question mark for Jim Harbaugh's team. And I think getting him back is only going to help if you're taking Michigan in the points. But you want to get my take on it, you got to get to 175 likes. So
that's right.
Keep them coming in, but I'm looking at the under in this one for the total. Oh, sorry, the over. Excuse me, the over.
Over on this one. I had a 3-pack up there. It's gone down, guys, with the early action. But check me out over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get my 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass. That 3-day pass is your best bet over at Pick Dogs Premium because as we have a big card tomorrow from college hoops, college football, NFL. There are 15 games on Sunday. 3-day All Sports Pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Chris, all right, speaking of likes, where do we sit?
We need 51 more, Tony. We're at 124 likes. Got 142 people watching right now. I have a feeling some people that that are watching maybe necessarily hadn't hit the like button. So keep the likes coming in. We still got a shot. Crazier things have happened around here, so keep the likes coming in.
They sure have, guys. Crazy things have happened, so let's keep those likes coming in. We got to get to 175. We need about 52 more, so those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. It's time for a recap. We got Jovan Burts to help us out with this one. All right, we got it all started here with our man El Ninos. Says take the Knicks, laying the 5 against the Thunder. James Clark was on the Lakers, laying 5.5 against the Trailblazers. We had Jovan, says Clippers, Raptors under 210. Brian was on the Rangers, minus 102 against the Lightning. Chris, Rudy Gobert, 20-plus rebounds, plus 300 against the T-Wolves, Jazz and T-Wolves game. Goran, our soccer guy, we got EPL Saturday, Manchester City to score over 2.5 goals. versus Arsenal. The return plus 162. Yours truly on Michigan plus 7.5 against Georgia. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, I know there's one game I'm not allowed to give out unless we get about 45 more likes. So
all right.
I will say this. I like Goran's Manchester City to score over 2.5. Like I said, I think City need to score goals and punches, and that's probably what they're going to do against a beaten up Arsenal team.
All right, we're sitting about 134, guys. We still need about 41 more likes to get Chris's premium on this Michigan-Georgia game, so let's keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's turn it over to Jovan. Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Rudy Gobert's on 20-plus rebounds at the plus money. Good plus money at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good plus money there against a T-Wolves team without their big man in the middle. And Towns, no Russell as well. He's out. And I'm going to go here with Jovan's pick with the Clippers Raptors under 210. The Clippers team, as Jovan talked about, is living on defense because they're not getting much offensive production. We're seeing a lot of returning players here for the Raptors, but again, they've been out for a while. You know, what's their conditioning level? The shooting could be off. They're still a defensive-minded team. That's how I'm going to look at it as well. Under 210, Clippers and Raptors. All right, let me turn it back over to Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Tony, we got 139. 139 likes to finish the year. 142, so stuff's moving quickly, but we needed about 30 more likes, so I'm going to leave this to Tony. If we call it, we call it, but you guys maybe fell just short.
We might have just fell just short, but not as far out as Cincinnati is right now, as they are not. Does not look like they're going to cover. You're down 27-6. Still 3 minutes left. Bama with the ball, first down. Maybe a couple first downs, and they may cover this one.
Well, yeah, you know what? I think Cincinnati was playing with house money at that point. I think to really be the first group to make the playoff, and they did that, and I think. It was worth I think worth a shot to take Cincinnati in certain spots.
All right, Jovan. We're going to look at Alabama in the title game. Early thoughts if it's Alabama, Georgia, Alabama, Michigan. What do you think?
Man, I rarely go against Bama, and I went against them tonight, and it was just a situation where, Cincinnati on the offensive end just basically drowned. They had some chances and they didn't get it done, but I think that if they play Georgia, it's adjustments will be made on Georgia's side. You don't know what's going to happen, but I would lean towards Bama in any situation at this point.
Yeah, and you, Chris, if it's Alabama, Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, how do you see it playing out?
Alabama. Okay, let's see here. If it's Alabama, Georgia, I think Alabama takes it. If it's Alabama, Michigan, you know what? If it's Alabama, Michigan, I'm going to say Michigan takes it.
All right, that's what he says there. If it turns out that way, yeah, because they have his number, right? You got Saban with the number there. Any early thoughts here tomorrow, Jovan? What do you got going on over at Pick Dogs tomorrow with some of those 5 bowl games? What bowl games are you on? I don't have to show your cards on anything, but I know you'll cover that in the morning. But I'm hoping to get to 175. We're giving them a little.
Well, no, I'm looking at the Penn State Arkansas, the Penn State because I'm getting my games mixed up right now. So say them out for me real quick.
All right, let me go ahead and pull them up here. I got the.
No, I got it. The
Okay.
Penn State Arkansas game. I'm looking at that. Looking at the Iowa UK game. Also looking at the OK State and Notre Dame game. I'm basically looking at all of them, but those are the 3 that I have immediately on my radar right now. And then the other main game, the other 2, looking at them, but I really haven't made a decision on what it's going to be.
I got you. No decision. How about you, Chris, on these bowl games? What games are on your radar here that we may see as premium tomorrow?
Potentially the Ohio State-Utah game. I think Oklahoma State-Notre Dame could be on there as well. And you know what? Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of potential for the premium card, but it's also going to be a lot of college hoops in there as well, I think.
Yeah, a lot of college hoops as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tomorrow is when we get it started here, guys. We just hope these Pac-12 teams can get some action, and we've seen so many cancellations. These cards, they were supposed to be Pac-12 in action, And some of the games on my radar from college football tomorrow, and a lot of them are. I wouldn't be surprised I have a big release tomorrow because I do like pretty much all the games. I got to whittle them down. I like to get 3 in there, but I got to tell you, some of these games look really attractive to me here on the card for tomorrow. And speaking of college hoops, where do we sit here, Chris, with the like goal? Let them we're giving them last chance here.
Yeah, we're giving them last chance. You know what? They're at 154, Tony. What do you think? Do we give out a bit of a late present?
Well, let's see if we get to 175. We'll give them a little lifeline because I'll just touch base on some of the college hoops tomorrow. We'll start with Chris here. I'm looking here at some of the matchups tomorrow. Villanova, Seton Hall leads as well as Baylor, Iowa State, and Baylor looks like they'll be a sizable favorite here on the road. Iowa State's played shows to be an improved team, but still, that's a heavy load to face Baylor.
Yeah, I think that Baylor line is tricky, but the thing is that we've seen Baylor do it against worse this season, but we've also seen Iowa State step up in spots.
Right. And,
I'm just happy that it's on conference play. For me, it was just a little bit too much of too bigger spreads, and every day I'm looking at 30-point, 35-point spreads, and teams that are really unfamiliar with each other. With conference play, you get the familiarity with these teams. They know each other basically year in, year out. So, it brings a little bit more stability into what I'm basically gonna do. What I'm gonna do in these plays.
Yeah,
and that's
really,
couple months.
Yeah,
I already know what game is on Tony's radar: Air Force and Fresno State.
Yeah, well, Air Force is a team I like at home. And this is the thing. Again, first time around the conference, I'll be looking Air Force plus in that game. that was my strategy with them. First time around the conference with this new Princeton-style offense, it's putting teams to sleep. And we saw what happened to Utah State, losing by 1 as a 13.5, 14-point favorite to start off Mountain West play. So it caught the attention of everyone's eyes. I guess I'm the only one old enough to remember when Air Force played that Princeton style. And we're competitive in the Mountain West, and that's what Joe Scott has done. Where do we sit now, Chris, on the likes? Are we getting closer here?
Yeah, Tony, we are getting closer. I think everybody's starting to see what's going down. We're at 100. We would technically need 13 more to get to the 175.
All right. Well, let's continue to look at some of this college basketball card here tomorrow because I like it tomorrow. I was excited. San Francisco and St. Mary's. Chris, this is an experienced St. Mary's team, and San Francisco is really off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like San Francisco in that game, getting 4 points. The thing is, though, we saw San Francisco struggle against Grand Canyon when they played. It was the first of 50 game, and they didn't even get there. And we've seen St. Mary's. It's going to be a tight one, but I'd still lean toward San.
Here's an interesting game, Jovan. Here at 6 Eastern, Virginia at Syracuse. Syracuse is a team that's now shooting the basketball. They're making shots. Virginia, I don't know what's up with these. They're not. They're a defensive-minded team. They struggle shooting the basketball. I got to think it's tough to recruit shooters over there because of the style. It's catching up to them.
Yeah, with these kids that come out, they're just not going to a program that's pedestrian like that. For me, they've overachieved throughout the years with the style of play that they have over there, and I think they're just living off a borrowed time. These past 2 or 3 years have really been painful as far as they did make 3 years ago. They did make the championship game, and but these past couple of years have kind of been painful. To watch as far as the way they play. They live off of defense, and nowadays it just doesn't cut it. They're not going to get the 5-star recruits. You're not going to get the 4-star recruits. When it comes to college basketball.
That's right, guys. We got to get to 175 likes to get Chris's premium play on this Michigan-Georgia game. Where do we sit, Chris? Are we getting close?
So we're trying. It's like that. It's like when you're pushing that wagon up the hill. It's like you're running out of gas. You're trying, but your legs are starting to burn. We're at 163 likes.
All right. Well, we'll get one more run around here on college hoops. We'll start, Chris, in this one. Florida State at NC State. This Florida State team looks like they're going to be favored in the road in this one, and they've had some struggles to start the season.
Yeah, it's been weird, but I think a lot of people are seeing a 1-7 mark against the spread at home for NC State and a 2-11 mark overall in the year against the number. And yeah, I don't know. Everything about this line feels pretty close to right. I cap this game. I see 72-69, whichever way you slice it, and I see it hanging around that total. I see it hanging around that line. Probably a pass for me. Probably taking a Ruffolo on that one.
Taking a Ruffalo on this one. Early morning, 12 Eastern time. Jovan, Texas will host West Virginia. You know, it's interesting coaching matchup here with the coaching change at Texas. Looks like Texas will be a sizable favorite at home in this one.
Yeah, so based on the coaching matchup, I would go with Bob Higgins all day. I like Chris Beard, but I don't know, something about, you know, the way, like, how he coaches, it just doesn't, I don't know. But as far as the talent on the team or talent or that's going to be on the court, you kind of got to roll with Texas the way they're putting it together so far this year.
Yeah, it looks that way, no doubt about that. And of course, the Big East will get underway. They've already been, but this is where it really hits the metal here. All the conferences in action here: Creighton, Marquette, Providence, DePaul. That one should be interesting there, Chris, with Providence. We saw them get that win. It looks like they could be a short favorite at DePaul, a team that failed in an attempt to cover yesterday.
Yeah, Tony, it was a game I was looking at, and to tell you the truth, I'm doing the same thing I've always done with DePaul. Fade them in conference play, because I think I was telling you guys, like, off air, I think it was last time we talked about DePaul. 10 times since they've joined the Big East, they've had three or fewer conference wins in a season. And I think that's just the microcosm of DePaul Big East basketball. Is maybe they're just not cut out for it. But yeah, that's probably why I would lean towards a fade of DePaul on Saturday afternoon.
All right, the last one we'll look at here, we'll go to Jovan. This CBS game at 12 Eastern time, Memphis at Wichita State. This Memphis team has really struggled with turnovers, free throw shooting, rebounding, and of course there's been sniping back and forth between the players. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think last year's moderate success that they had, like as far as just play, is kind of catching up with them. You know, Penny Hardaway, good player. I don't know about as far as X's and O's on, you know, drawing it up on the, you know, actual game time situations or plays or whatever. But you know, he recruits well. But the problem with them is, like you just touched on, they can't shoot the ball. They live off athleticism, and when you can't get points from the charity stripe, it's kind of catching up to them. They did the same thing last year, but you know, their defense was rock solid last year. You know, the things that were working for them last year aren't exactly working for them as well this year. And you know, once you're not doing as well, you're gonna get some sniping between players. You know, hopefully they could fix that, because this is an athletic, talented team.
Yeah, it really is. It kind of reminds me of those old UCLA teams with Steve Lavin, where they had the talent, but they just couldn't put it together. We got to 175 likes, Chris. We went Princeton offense. We got there. So what do you got? Give us your premium play. Yeah, we did. 4 corners. That was more 4 corners. That was the 4 corners. That wasn't even Princeton offense. That was the old school Dean Smith.
If I need like a stay of execution or something, I am getting Tony in my corner, because this man can pull anything out of, like a rabbit out of a hat. Anyways, for my premium, I'm with Tony. We are taking the Michigan Wolverines, but I'm not taking the points personally. You can if you want. I'm taking Michigan on the money line at plus 250. This Michigan team runs the football better than Georgia does. It's the 10th best rushing offense in the country. These are 2 of the best scoring defenses in the country. Michigan number 4, Georgia obviously number 1. But I seriously think that Georgia was exposed. They have a flaw that was exposed by Alabama in that SEC title game. And being knocked off by, you know, one of your biggest foes in that SEC conference, I think it's going to knock Georgia's confidence down a little bit. You know, this is a team that you know had their sights set on the national title from the word go. And like I said, Georgia was humbled in that SEC title game. Now, some people may say, "Oh, they're ticked off." I don't see it. Michigan just, like Tony said, steamrolled Ohio State, just went right past them. And I think it's Michigan all day in this one. I have family that's like 20, 25 minutes away from the Georgia Stadium. Sorry, guys. You guys, you know I love you, but I think this is where the money's got to be tonight. Like I said, you can take Michigan plus the points if you want. My premium is Michigan on the money line.
All right, Chris, premium on the money line there from Chris Ruffolo. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for your contributions to Jovan and Chris. Happy New Year to both of you guys. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We'll be back again on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have a lot of hoops coverage for you, Monday Night Football as well. So be sure to tune in then. Of course, it all gets started with the morning show tomorrow. During the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. A lot of bowl coverage. Sunday, you got 15 NFL games. You want to tune in the mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, let's bring in the crew for tonight. Anyway, good night, everyone. Have yourself a great night. Happy New Year to everyone, and we'll talk to you Monday live.